I can't even see.
Tunnel vision.
All I see is your fucking red
Tunnel vision.
eyes staring at me. It's freaking me out.
I am out of eye drops.
Your eyes are straight out of a horror flick.
I am out of eye drops.
Want to see a picture?
No.
Open your eyes all big.
No, fuck you.
Do it.
No.
I want you to look into your
I'm
soul.
hiding my eyeballs.
I can see your fucking hairline.
You're an asshole. What's the matter with you? Just to hide my eyes behind my pop filter, goes ahead and insults my fucking hair. Goddamn midget.
That's so rude.
Yeah, it is. You started it.
You said the M word.
The M word. Mark Twinsky. Come on.
All right, guys, we're back with the 4th episode of Passive Aggressive Podcast.
Number 4.
In this one, we talked about Dalton's wonderful dentist trip.
Dude, it was not good.
We give you guys an update on the Halo bet that we made last episode. I'm not too happy about that one. Avengers Infinity War.
Did we talk about it?
A little bit. We didn't see it yet, and then we were like, oh my god, this is so cool. We should totally watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw it, and Iron Man dies.
Spoilers.
Motor City MyLeague update. We talk about our BGM series. I think that's what it's called in NBA. We're gonna roll with it.
MyLeague.
We talked a lot about UFC. Conor McGregor, who he should fight next. Mm-hmm. Is Nate gonna return? Is Nick returning? Is Dillon Danis gonna get his ass beat? Is Nick Newell gonna be the first one-arm fighter in the UFC? Chad Mendes returning. I know who he's fighting. Miles Jury. And then the NBA playoffs. And some other dope shit. You'll see.
Dope shit.
Check it out.
Feeling loosey-goosey.
Yeah, that was fun. I've never, been stone cold sober and then just went to boom, buzzed, right off rip.
Also, it was like 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Ew,
wow. Think about your bananas.
What's the matter with you, man?
Bro.
Hi.
I have to tell you this horrible story that happened to me today.
Oh, God.
So you know how I intermittent fast, right?
Sure.
Do you know what that is?
Yep.
So for the folks that don't know, it's where you fast for the majority of the day. You only eat in a set amount of hours throughout the day. Some people it's only through 4 hours. Some people it's 8. Mine's about noon to 9. So mine's about 9 hours.
9 hours?
Yeah. So after 9 p.m., after 9 p.m., I don't eat until the following day at noon.
Okay.
So that's 16, 17 hours of not eating.
Jesus Christ.
And while you're not eating, your body uses your stored fat as energy.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of helps you burn fat more efficiently. Because if you're eating, even if you're eating healthy throughout the day, your body's going to use that energy opposed to your fat that's stored, you know?
So why haven't we always done that? How come people keep telling us, no, you got to make sure you eat consistently throughout the day?
Because science is always changing nutrition shit, dude.
So what changed?
People are finding out the benefits of fasting.
Mm. And
it's also contingent on what type of diet you're on and what kind of job you have, or if you're if you're a really physically demanding job, or if you're an athlete, you can't really intermittent fast, you know? Because you're going to exhaust yourself out.
Yeah, you need the nutrients.
Yeah, and there's some people that can't either because they can't handle the stomach pains and stuff. Because sometimes I feel like I'm about to throw up in the morning.
I feel like that too. I'm pretty sure Sam does as well. I
almost threw up Wednesday morning at work. I had to get up at 2 something because I had to be at work at 4 a.m. And at 5:30, my stomach just started getting so acidy. You know when you have to throw up, your glands in your mouth, your saliva just starts adding more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
I was at my desk just not swallowing it because I felt like I was going to throw up. I had a puddle in my mouth.
Ew.
God damn it. I got to go and fucking...
Gross.
I went to the bathroom, fucking in the stall, dry heaving, and I didn't throw up, so I didn't go home.
Yeah, that's been happening to me too. I just feel sick in the morning, and then it just passes, and I continue with my day.
Yeah. That's how it is for me, and sometimes it's like unbearable.
Is this like a normal thing, or is there something fucked up with our water or something?
I have no idea.
What the fuck is this,
dude?
How are we just figuring this out?
How close are we to Flint, Michigan?
I feel like we should know the answer to that question.
We ain't that far. We're like 2 hours.
Well,
but anyways,
great.
back to the story.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I was fasting all day today, and my lovely girlfriend didn't make me a lunch. So I didn't have a lunch.
Okay, well.
I ain't gonna make my lunch in the morning.
Obvious.
And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll get some Chipotle. Because whenever I don't have a lunch, it's my excuse to get some Chipotle.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why Chipotle?
Because I love Chipotle, dude.
So why don't you just get it more?
Banging.
Why do you need an excuse to get it?
I don't know, dude. Because it's like expensive or something. I just feel like I shouldn't get it multiple times in the week. Something's telling me I shouldn't.
There's probably a good reason for that.
It's a higher power. But anyways, so I was thinking about Chipotle all fucking day today. All day. And at noon, there's a last minute meeting, because we're starting a new project at work, and I'm the one that's handling it, and blah, blah, blah. There's all kinds of huge questions. So I had to deal with that until 12:30. So like, all right, I'm fucking going to lunch. I drove all the way to
the time.
Yeah, I drove to the hill, and it was packed because it's lunchtime.
Sure.
Like it took me over 20 minutes to get to Chipotle.
God.
So I got out of my car, running fast as fuck to get there because I wanted to get my food and get back before my lunch ended, and the line was out the door.
Seriously?
Dude.
Oh my God.
I would look like, are you fucking with me right now? And I walked away, and some blacko just started laughing at me.
You said that out loud?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone else who thinks out loud like you do.
Dude, I was heartbroken. I didn't get any food for lunch.
You couldn't go anywhere else? Just had to be Chipotle?
I didn't have enough time. And then I couldn't justify going to get fast food anyway. I was like, don't be a bitch. Like, you get off in an hour, just wait.
Yeah, that does sound like a heartbreaking story, Nick. I'm sure the crowds are weeping for you. You fucking had a line at Chipotle.
Dude, you ever have like a good-ass Chipotle bowl?
I've actually never had a Chipotle bowl.
Brown rice, black beans,
no,
steak and chicken.
I've already answered your question.
Fajita veggies, mild sauce, guacamole. If you feel a little froggy, you get some sour cream on that bitch. Ooh, that shit's so fucking good.
I'm starting to get confused about your context of froggy. It's not fitting previous
You're feeling
uses.
a little unhealthy? Throw some sour cream on that bitch. Sour cream ain't that bad for you, but they throw some dollops on there.
Some dollops?
Some fucking dollops. Like
dollops of daisy, bitch.
So that was my day. How was your day?
Oh, man.
Why do you start off every time I ask you about your day sounding so fucking down?
Well,
man.
I went to the dentist. That's why. I had today's May the 4th, so naturally I took the day off. That's not why.
Oh my God.
It was actually because of the dentist appointment. I scheduled it like a month ago because I have to get my wisdom teeth out.
What?
I'm not excited about it.
Do you have 4?
Yep.
Because I only had 2.
I have all 4.
Apparently, the better species of evolution of humans. I don't know if that was correct, but we're gonna roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
They have only 2 teeth, so maybe like your kids. Maybe on my level of genes. Let's just hope, okay? May I go on with your story?
Anyway, so I had to get my wisdom teeth out, so I scheduled this appointment, and the only time that they had open on a Friday was May the 4th. And when they said that, I was like, fuck yeah, that'll do it.
That's destiny.
Yep. So I scheduled the day off of work. I got it off. I woke up today, and I wanted to go see Avengers, because I still haven't seen it. There's no fucking showings that early in the morning, apparently.
Seriously?
At least not on MoviePass. Maybe they don't do matinees.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that, actually. I probably could have gone and saw it, but whatever.
Yeah, it's cheap as fuck.
God damn it. Whatever. Anyway, so instead I just dicked around, played God of War, killed the dragon, spoilers, and then went to the dentist. And it was pretty weird, actually, because this is a dentist that I used to go to when I used to live near Ann Arbor, and I still go there just because I don't feel like changing.
Where?
Dentist?
Is it by the hospital?
No. It's not in Ann Arbor. It's more outside, like in Ypsilanti.
Okay, I was just curious.
So anyway, I had gone there a bunch of times, obviously because I had lived over there. But now that I've moved, it's apparently been a while because I recognized 0% of the place I was in. I knew exactly where I was at, but it looked completely foreign. I was like, I'm fucking lost. How did this happen? I knew exactly where I was going.
You ever hear about remodeling, bro?
I knew that they were doing construction, but I swear to fucking God, it felt like I had been there like a month or two ago. And then the rest of the car ride, I was just thinking, like, how long have I not been out here? Am I getting old? My life is fucking ending.
Did you schedule an appointment?
Yeah.
For surgery?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. So I get to the place, and the dentist isn't the one I normally get. I normally get this nice, very nice 30-year-old woman who looks like she's 20 and she's super happy and cheerful.
I know why. Okay, you go out of your way because of that.
That's obviously why I didn't change.
Smart.
But this time I got some brown dude and he was just going over everything that is currently wrong with my teeth and trying to make me feel bad because all my problems that I had the last time I was at the dentist have resurfaced. Yeah. I swear to God, he's trying to make me feel bad.
I hate when dentists give you that talk of shame.
I mean, we kind of deserve it. It's entirely my fault. I'm negligent about it, whatever. But, so I had to get a bunch of, like, calcified something brushed off my teeth with a water jet. Wasn't comfortable.
I haven't gotten that in a while. But I got that as a kid. Shit hurts.
Absolutely awful. And now I'm scheduled to get further restorative procedures, apparently. That's coming Tuesday. And then we have to work on getting my wisdom teeth out. One of them is going to require surgery. I may have to go to an actual surgical center.
What do you mean? Don't they all require surgery?
No, not really. Only if they have to like dig the gums out.
I was put under for mine.
Yeah, you get put under. That's not the same as surgery.
Oh, well. When you get put under, that's surgery to me, bro.
Just like that, huh? Well, so that's what I did. And then I got home. I played some Galaxy of Heroes.
You played some what?
Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Oh, okay.
The fucking mobile game that we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
I was honestly pretty disappointed.
Why?
Because they have this May the 4th, like, rewards, like, special, where you get a few bonus character shards every time you farm a hard node or whatever. And it looks nice because these are good characters and you might want them.
What's her name? Holdo? How do you say her first name?
Amelin Holdo?
Yeah, Amelin. Is she good?
Yeah, she's good.
I've never seen her.
Well, that's because she just became farmable. She was only able to be bought, and no one really cared enough about the character to buy her. So, yeah, that's why you don't see her. But now I'm farming all these characters, and great, I have 2 fucking Nihilus shards instead of the 10 that I had before. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, it's pointless because I'm not even farming the things I'm supposed to.
Oh. So, you only got 2 Darth Nihilus shards this whole time?
Yeah. I farmed a lot. But the good news is that I got R2-D2. Were you able to get it?
No, that's fucking bullshit, dude.
Why is it bullshit?
I'm salty that I didn't start with the Phoenix team. The Phoenix team unlocks you everything. I can't unlock shit. Like, I started with the Rebels, so the only thing I'm gonna be able to unlock is Emperor Palpatine.
You've been so fickle about that. Because at first, you were like, dude, why don't you give me Phoenix? Because I had to tell you who to pick because you couldn't decide for yourself for some reason.
And you could? Did you randomly decide for yourself Phoenix team, or did you look it up?
I just thought they looked cool, you know? Just happened to be the best possible thing for a noob to do.
How convenient.
So yeah, so you don't get R2.
I don't get Admiral Thrawn.
You might not get Palpatine.
I'll get Palpatine.
7 stars?
Yeah.
Oh, you good?
I have 5 7-star rebels.
Oh, okay.
Want to hear what they are?
No.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me just get to my rebel squad. I got a 7-star Wedge, who's my strongest character now. Lando, Stormtrooper Han, Admiral Akbar, and Biggs.
I wonder if you'll be able to do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I be able to?
Because it's not Phoenix.
Oh my god.
Squad for life!
I literally hate your team.
I know.
I don't get it. Like, there's times where I destroy them, and then there's times where I'm just, like, not powerful enough.
Mods. It's all about the mods, bro.
I haven't been working on the mods.
You've been fucking up then.
I've been like only working on them 1 day a week. I just started it like a week ago.
So you farmed them once, you're saying? Great.
Oh shit.
That'll be why.
Speaking of Avengers though.
What?
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Wait a minute.
But I have to say that it's fucking crazy.
It's fucking crazy. That's what you're gonna say about it?
Yeah. Thanos is a fucking G.
So I've heard, obviously I haven't seen it, I've heard that it's basically like a Thanos movie.
Yes.
Like it's basically just about him.
Yeah, he's the main character for sure.
Right.
He gets the most screen time.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's like the exact opposite that they did with Ultron.
Yeah, but it's Thanos, you know?
Right.
But
supposed to be that way.
They kind of fucking did Ultron dirty though.
For real. He was fucking super underwhelming.
Did you know in the comics that they had to literally go back in time to stop him?
Yeah.
Like Ultron 1.
You've told me that probably 7 times now.
What?
Every single time the word Ultron is used, I think you go on your phone and look up that whatever article that is, and just to make sure you got the details right.
I was going the fucking
lie to me.
Trello, son.
Oh, I see. You gotta look at the notes. That's cool. I already got mine pulled up. So speaking of video games, you pulled me away from my segue with your segue, you dick.
I didn't know you were done, or you were not done.
Which is it? Because those are two very different things.
I'll let you decide for yourself.
Okay. NBA 2K18. Motor City MyLeague. Where did we leave off last night? I don't remember.
Against Toronto, maybe?
No. Before that. Did we play the Pelicans?
Yeah.
Have we talked about it already?
We played it.
Because we haven't released that video.
Oh, well, is that the video that it's just the recording? No
Yeah,
audio?
we're going to do a highlight commentary type of thing. But the following episodes will go back to the old format where it's just the whole game. Basically a podcast in a game.
I see.
So we're going to experiment a little bit. We'll see which one is better, easier to watch.
Yeah, because the podcast with the game, that's almost for people that can spend a little bit of time paying attention to the video, but are also doing something else, and it's more just the audio. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the ones that we record are just if you're like taking a shit, and you can spend a solid 10 minutes looking at your phone and enjoy some great content.
This is clearly some projection coming from Nick.
This is like
one of his hobbies.
What I do. That's how I determine a good and a bad YouTuber. Can I watch? I would
legitimately consider that one of your hobbies.
YouTube is one of my hobbies.
YouTubing on the shitter.
Yeah, on the shitter is one of my hobbies, just in general.
That's where he spends like 70% of his time.
I don't know if that's because I grew up with all girls my whole life, and it was like my only escape from not having to deal with a girl.
I would imagine. Yeah, he lived in the ghetto.
Well,
in a small house.
That has nothing to do with the fucking
6 sisters.
Are you gonna use every opportunity you can to say?
I just like pointing
ghetto?
It out in the ghetto. It's nice to say.
Well, yes. Yeah, so I had a small house, and I had 6 sisters. So I have.
We won't talk about the ones who aren't here anymore, but
on top of that, my Aunt Bernice was always over, and she has a daughter, my cousin Tasha, and my mom always hung out with her other sisters. So a lot of girls in my life.
You just had to get away, huh?
And sometimes you just gotta get away.
I wonder if that explains why you dove into Halo, just to shut everything out as well.
No, I just fucking loved Halo. Speaking of Halo,
have you thought about it though? Because you might have loved it just because it gave you that escape.
Well, it gave me an escape for sure, but then I also enjoyed the game, and I enjoyed the company
that's playing the game with me.
Escape.
There you go.
Escape.
What were we talking about? NBA 2K18.
No. That bet was bullshit.
It was not bullshit.
I didn't say
you lost
Halo
that bet.
I didn't say Halo won. We had a bet last podcast if you didn't listen. Because you're not like a good fan or anything.
Good person in general.
Yeah. Dalton he thought that we would lose over half the games that we played in Halo 3.
Yeah.
And I said, that's bullshit. We win way more than half the games.
First of all, I didn't say Halo 3, so don't put that in there.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Did you listen to the audio?
I don't need to. I know what I said. We weren't talking about Halo 3.
You know what you said.
We were just talking about Halo, and then you put in Halo 3.
Okay, whatever, regardless. anyways, I said we can win over half of them. And then I bet him that if we played 10 games and won 9 of them, he would have to take 4 shots back to back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we lost 2 of them, so we only won 8, I'd have to take 3 shots.
Mm-hmm.
And we agreed to the bet, and right after the podcast, we had to play Halo.
Got down to business, yeah.
First game went kind of rough in the beginning. I thought we were going to lose. Dawn was not playing
I thought we did lose after the game.
at all. And I turned it around. I got like 20-something kills with like 10 assists, and we won the game. And after we won the game, I'm so hyped. I'm like giving Dawn nuts and shit. I'm like, yes, motherfucker. And he thought we lost.
I thought we lost. I was like, yeah, man. I thought it was a sad nux.
No, we were good. And then we went on to win several more.
I did better than I thought I would do. Not in that first game, but I was like second in kills in some games.
Mm-hmm. Every time you were second in kills were the games that we lost, though. Not every time, but a couple.
Were they?
Every time that we lost, you were second in kills.
Seriously?
Yeah. I was looking on the phone. I'm like, fucking, I can only do so much.
Must be a connection. Whatever. I tried my best, man.
But we won 7 games in a row, and then it was looking good. And then we lost the 8th game. Then we took a little break, and Dalton was like falling asleep on the fucking futon while we were playing.
First of all, it's a chase lounge. Second of all, I was not falling asleep. I was just resting, preparing for the next game.
He's resting his eyes.
It's preparing.
But
I was in Gatorade recover mode.
We won the 8th game.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And every game that we won so far is either Halo 3 or Halo 2, because those are the games I played the most. Game 7.
We won at least one Halo 1 game.
Maybe, yeah. But the first game that we lost was a Halo 1 game. We got destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only so much you can do as an individual in Halo 1 if you haven't, like, played it.
You can't LeBron it?
Growing up. No, I can't. Personally, no, I can't. I don't know, like, the spawns and the weapons and take advantage
I could
of shit.
swear to God, last episode, probably at this exact time frame, you said the exact opposite. I know the maps, I know the everywhere, I know the spawns.
On Halo 3 I do. Even on Halo 2. Halo 1 I do not.
That's the exact opposite of Halo 1, huh?
Yeah, so we lost the Halo 1 game. Then we bounced back and won. And then game 9 was a Halo 1 game, and we lost that.
And that was it.
No, and then we played one more.
And then we did play one more, and then we
lost that one. And we were like, fuck. Well, I was like, fuck. And then the following day, I took 3 shots of Jameson at noon like a champion and got buzzed playing NBA.
I will agree that we only lost because it was Halo 1. And
we did better than you thought?
And you did say Halo 3 after we started talking about the bet. But because we lost 3 instead of just 2, I think it further tells my point of what I was trying to say. That we lose a lot, and sometimes it's not fun.
7 out of 10 is not bad, though.
You said it would be 9 out of 10.
Excuse me? You said it'd be fucking less than 5 out of 10, so fuck you.
Okay, that's fair. Whatever.
I did my part.
But then you down those 3 shots, and you were feeling loosey-goosey.
Yeah, that was fun. I've never, like, been stone cold sober, and then just went to boom, buzzed, right off rip.
Also, it was like 11 a.m.
And we were playing NBA, and like the first quarter, I didn't feel anything, and then the second quarter, I started feeling shit.
It hit you like a train. It was like,
I don't know if I started playing better
buzzed.
or worse, but I was having more fun.
Were you?
Oh yeah.
I thought you were getting agitated.
I was getting emotional.
Yeah, you were very emotionally invested.
I get like that, man. I like to win.
We were playing as and we're playing our other save where you're the point guard, and you absolutely struggle with it. You can't do it.
It's a love-hate relationship because I like starting with
you
the ball.
love it when you score. You hate it when you can't score and you're supposed to pass.
I hate it when I pass and then we don't do anything with the fucking pass. Not you, but our team sucks because it's the Bulls and we have no backup.
Okay, that's actually a good point.
So if I can't pass it to the big ass center who has somebody always has people by him, I pass it to somebody else and 9 times out of 10 we fucking break the shot. And it fucking makes me feel like fuck. And then I try to make shots myself and I miss them and I get frustrated. And like when I get frustrated as a point guard, that's like the worst. I'd rather be frustrated as a small forward just because you can bounce back a lot easier just by posting up and making an easy shot.
Welcome to my life.
My life. Like you've been a point guard your whole fucking life.
I have. I've been playing NBA 2K games since 2009 when Kobe was on the cover for like 3 straight years or something like that.
Bullshit.
And I always make myself a point guard.
They had Kobe on the cover for 3 straight years.
Something like that. Don't quote me on it. But yeah.
That sounds
at
like
least 2.
Horrible marketing.
How?
Why would you have the same person
It's Kobe Bryant
on the cover?
This is Kobe in his prime, too. He was winning rings after rings.
Did he win like back-to-back rings or something? Because if he didn't do that, then that's not acceptable.
I believe he did, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. UFC did that too, didn't they?
Yeah, Conor McGregor has been on like 3 in a row.
You know what's funny is he's fought less and less every
Yeah,
time.
it's killing him slowly. EA, fucking stop.
Do you think Conor's fighting this year?
Doubt it.
Seriously? I think he fights.
I think Nate's fighting this year.
Yeah, I seen you put that on something you wanted to talk about, and I haven't heard much about Nate.
You haven't heard anything about it?
No. What's the status? I heard that he's still training all the time, but I knew that because Nate, the Diaz bros,
nonstop,
yeah, because they're the homies.
Right. I've heard that people have heard that Nate and Dana are in talks for him coming back in August.
Against?
There's no other details. That's it.
Every time I hear Dana talk about Nate, he says the same thing. He says, there is nothing going on with Nate. Every 3 to 4 months, we offer him a fight, and then he turns it down. And then we wait 3 to 4 months and offer him a fight, and he turns it down.
I did say they were in talks, not that they've agreed or anything.
Right. They're going to have to pay the man. And UFC is always, they're not going to think that he's worth it, which is bullshit.
Man, I don't see why.
Like, even if Nate wants, like, something like fucking 3 to 6 million, you're telling me that pay-per-view is not going to sell? Like, I think Nate gets at least 1 million pay-per-view buys.
You got like 7 with the Conor one.
No, not that high.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, so Conor, you're telling me Conor got more than 6 million of that by himself?
Maybe. Stop staring at me, Sam.
Fucking making
Freaking
noise
me out
over here. Way to ruin our shit. This is supposed to be like a...
Now we have to record the entire podcast again.
No,
we have to copy exactly what we said, word for word.
You ruined it!
Are you serious?
All just for your fucking almond milk.
Are you serious, she says.
God.
I didn't fucking think so. Shut the fuck up.
Gee, whoa, okay.
Fucking sassy.
Stay single, boys. What were we talking about? Nate Diaz?
Yeah,
So you don't think he's coming back?
I don't think he's coming back for anybody
Tony Ferguson.
other than Conor or a title shot. But Tony's not going to be ready by August, dude.
You don't think so?
Fuck no, dude. His whole knee got popped off.
What's his ETA?
I have no idea, but have you been on his Instagram?
No.
You want to see how fucking nasty his
look at
leg
him.
looks?
I do not want to look at him regularly.
Dude, Tony looks fucking weird.
He looks like a skeleton. Fucked a zombie.
Look at this haircut video of him.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. He just looks like a goofy motherfucker.
Interesting looking guy. Whatever. He don't care.
Look at this picture of his swollen ass leg.
He could fight.
You know, Eddie Bravo said that he wanted to wrap his leg up to where it couldn't bend and then still fight, but the doctors wouldn't let him.
What the fuck would he do? I guess he could kick with it. Maybe.
Dude, you need both legs. You need 4 legs to fight Khabib. Like, you're over here trying to fight him with one? Fuck out of here.
It's an interesting
analogy.
I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, okay.
I'm saying you need a lot to beat Khabib.
I got you. I got it.
If Nate does fight, it'd have to be for either, like, the lowest I think I could see him fighting for is a title shot.
Right.
But that's, even then, they still have to pay the man. And it has to be against a good name. I would like to see him face like someone like Eddie Alvarez or Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
Because I think he'd beat both. Pretty easily, actually. I think his boxing is better than both of theirs. His cardio is better than both of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin Poirier does not have good wrestling. He's not going to take Nate down. Nate's going to fucking...
If he does.
Dustin versus Nate is a bad matchup for Dustin.
Yeah.
And if he somehow does get him to the ground, like Eddie could get Nate to the ground. He can mix shit up. No problem. But Nate on the ground ain't no fucking picnic.
Right,
so
that's scary.
Yeah, I would love to see him fight either one of them. Mostly
what about Tyron Woodley? What if he went down there?
I don't know. Just because Nate did not have a good track record at 170. He never got finished, but he lost fights. He lost to Rory McDonald, which obviously he's going to lose to the Rory. He's a way bigger man. That's like GSP almost. And then I forget who else he lost. Maybe like Dong Hun Kim, somebody. Fighting Tyron at 170, that's just different. Tyron's a fucking beast. And he's a tactician with this shit. Like, he studies the game intensely. He plays to win. Like, he doesn't fight to be entertaining. He fights to put himself in the best positions to win, but you can't be mad at that. Champions are the ones that make money. You try to stay champion as long as possible.
You play to win the game.
Yeah. If Nate's chin still is just as good at 155 or at 170 as it is at 155, then it could be a good matchup for him. Because if Tyron can't take him out in the first 2 rounds,
he gasses out.
He could gas out. He hasn't gassed out yet because like he's had
himself
5-round fights the past like 3 fights. All 3 of them went
pretty
5
used
rounds.
to this shit.
Yeah, and he hasn't gassed out. Then again, he hasn't exerted a lot of energy in those fights because the past couple were like just extremely technical and they were like balancing each other out almost, like canceling their offense with their defense consistently. So people thought it was like the shittiest fights ever. But I could see Nate wearing him down and finishing him in like the 4th or 5th round. I don't think he'd win a decision.
You can see it.
But I think Tyron would more than likely win just by smashing.
Hulk mode.
Like, if he goes in the Hawk mode like he can, he might be able to finish Nate. Because Nate got finished from Josh Thompson. But then, I don't know. It depends how motivated Nate is for his training camp. Because I know against Josh Thompson, he didn't do shit. Obviously, title fight, he's going to want to do a lot. He'll be in good shape. And Nick's not suspended anymore, so he can actually be in his corner.
That's true.
So that's another positive. That's who I want to see Tyron fight Nick, not Nate. I think Nate's just a little
too small. Yeah.
I mean, I say that, but he is the taller brother, but I think Nick's body's
not really about the height.
Yeah, it's like your build. I hope he comes back this year, man.
What if they both came back in August? Same card, even though they said they wouldn't do it. They did it.
Oops, sorry. If they go on the same card that breaks 2 million pay-per-view buys, easy.
Absolutely.
Next, a draw.
What if it was against GSP? Nick GSP, Nate Tony Ferguson.
That'd be
ridiculous. He somehow came back.
That'd be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
I'm just envisioning it. I don't know how Nick would do against GSP. We've already seen the fight before, but GSP's a little older now. But obviously so is Nick, and Nick hasn't fought in God knows how long, like 2 years, 3 years. So depends how he's gonna bounce back.
Well, it's not like he's getting out of shape or anything.
No, for sure.
So he'd have better chances than most would after that kind of layoff.
Did you know Dillon Danis, right?
I do.
He called out Ben Askren. Do you know who Ben Askren is?
I do.
19-0. Smashes everybody he's fought. Like, his past 5 fights, he's absorbed like 3 punches just because of how good his wrestling is. He thinks that he could give Ben Askren his first out just because of how good his jiu-jitsu is.
Dillon Danis thinks that?
Yes. Dillon Danis' jiu-jitsu is unreal, but that's in jiu-jitsu competitions. That's not in MMA.
Right.
And Ben Askren has gone against a lot of black belts in jiu-jitsu. I don't think...
So you think he gets a rude awakening?
I think he better calm the fuck down before he tries to fight these monsters. Because just put this into perspective. Douglas Lima almost beat Rory McDonald. Jesus, that was weird. Rory was the fight was 2-2 in the 5th round, and Rory's leg was fucked up. And instead of Douglas Lima trying to be a good strategist, go after the leg, he got taken down by Rory. No, I think he took Rory down, something like that, and he just held him down.
Instead of exploiting the
injury. So he could have won the fight. Ben Askren fought Douglas Lima and destroyed him. Like it was nothing.
What the fuck? He's
like,
just like a stylistic nightmare.
He's like the Khabib at 170. He got some little afro, dude. That's where I got my inspiration for my NBA characters.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Unbelievable.
I think it'd be Smash City. He just fucking ragdoll Dillon Danis. It'd be a horrible day for him.
Well, if you're Dillon Danis and you want to grow as a fighter, isn't that what you do? You challenge yourself with the best guys?
Not when you have that kind of stardom already. You got to build yourself up, get better. That way you'll make more fights, or you make more money, and you'll be able to market yourself even more. Like, when you're just becoming good in the game, or you're young in the game and you're just starting, you don't want to...
Like a CM Punk?
Yeah, because you got a lot of following behind you. You want to build yourself up, prove that you can actually win in the sport. Get new fans that aren't used to you in jiu-jitsu or WWE or whatever you're famous in. Build more drama, build your brand more, and then make more money for those hard fights. And you don't want to get your ass whooped and not get paid as much as you could. If that makes sense.
Sage and with cut.
What do you mean?
Keeps losing.
He's making money though.
Yeah. Dana
That's because
feeding him money. Yeah.
I think he won his last fight.
Yeah, but he's not fighting anybody noteworthy.
No, he'll never. I don't think he'll ever be like a top 10 fighter.
Is he still just part-timing it or what?
I don't think so. He might be in college still.
I had such high hopes.
Why?
I'm just someone who really attaches to like up and coming talent.
You attach to the popular person.
No, the popular up and coming talent.
Your
Not
favorite
just the
fighter is
popular
Conor
person.
McGregor. Who else do you like?
In terms of fighter,
Yeah.
I liked Rory McDonald.
Did you? Okay. That's fine.
Okay, just like that. All right, nice.
Do you know who Nick Newell is?
No, not ringing any bells.
He's an MMA fighter.
Okay.
He's 15-1. His
Nick
only
Newell?
loss, his only loss ever is to Justin Gaethje.
Mm.
And he was born with congenital amputation.
What does that fucking mean?
It
Was he
means
born without a
he was
limb?
born without his forearm. He has like this little elbow, and then at his elbow he got some hand. So,
Ew. Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah. Why didn't he cut the fingers off?
I don't know. He probably
feel like
uses them.
Really? Like I feel like there'd just be an obstruction.
I don't know. Maybe he fucking just elbows somebody and
Tickle, tickle.
fucks them up.
Take my good hand.
But
That's insensitive.
his story is pretty ridiculous because he retired and then he came back and he won in the first round, dominant fashion. And he said he wants to get in the UFC. And he got, what's his name? I don't know the manager's name, the controversial manager in UFC, Elbib Delaziz or some shit. Anyways, he got him as his manager and he got a sit-down meeting with Dana White.
Okay.
And after the meeting, they signed Nick Newell to fight on the Dana White Tuesday Contender Series or whatever it's called. It's pretty fucking dope. We could see a one-arm fighter in the UFC. Like how crazy is that?
Similarly, in the NFL, there was that linebacker,
I forget his name, but they were talking about him.
Shaquem Griffin,
Sure.
or Shaquem. I'm
Doesn't
not sure
he
how to
like
pronounce
he
it. Shaquem.
benches a ridiculous amount with one hand? Like he's an animal.
Yeah, he really is. He's a.
He got drafted by the Seahawks, right?
Yep. Seattle drafted him.
What round? Is he gonna play or is he just drafted?
I am 100% betting that he'll play.
Just because of the popularity? Or the
I mean,
like
he's
is
drafted
he
for a reason. He's
Right.
still physically good.
what round?
I don't remember. I think it was one of the later, like third or fourth.
Well, that's still not bad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For real.
That's fucking motivational. Like this guy with one arm just did this.
Mm-hmm.
And you're over here doing what? Sitting down on a fucking table trying to do a
Motivational
goddamn podcast.
or depressing?
And it gives me a kick in the ass to like
Does it?
keep going on shit. Fuck yeah, dude. Whenever I feel like I'm being overwhelmed or I feel like I'm being complacent and I need some kind of motivation, I'll watch a Joe Rogan video or a Cameron Haynes or The Rock or Kevin Hart or Will Smith, somebody who's
To
just
hype you up.
constantly going and they find motivation within their lives or something that allows them to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
So
gives me that kick in the ass I need.
your thing that drives you to do so is them?
No, it just helps give me inspiration.
Hmm.
And then I use that inspiration to help with what personally drives me.
Mm.
Like my personal goals, or being a good example or a good role model for my sisters, or trying to help my mom with shit, or
Right.
just my personal motivations. But seeing them inspires me to go further on my personal motivations, if that
Stop
makes
slacking.
sense.
Gotcha.
What about you?
What do you mean, what about me?
What motivates you?
Is this what we were talking about? I feel like we were on a tangent. Weren't we talking about something?
We're talking about Nick Newell's UFC debut. And if he wins on that Tuesday night contender series, then he'll be in the UFC.
Right.
And I think that's awesome for him. It'll be good marketing, I believe, for UFC and himself. I understand why it took him so long to get in the UFC, though. Because he said that it took him a long time to get fights because no fighter wanted to fight him because it's like a lose-lose.
Right. If you win, congrats. You beat up a guy with one arm.
Right, and if you lose, you lost to a guy with one arm. How good are you, you know?
Right.
But now that his skills are proven and people are actually fighting him, like Justin Gaethje fought, he knocked him out in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you last a round with somebody who's that good as Justin Gaethje, like, you see how he fights. He just fucking balls to the walls.
Gotta be.
Another thing that was inspirational from Nick Newell was his first wrestling tournament, like his first season in wrestling, he went 0 for 14. And he wanted to quit, and his parents didn't let him. They said sometimes things in life that are hard to get are worth getting. And he turned around and bounced back. He like fucking had all kinds of records for most wins in a year and shit like that.
Just turned it all around, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Go Parents.
For real. Well, now that we're on a UFC tangent, I can keep going.
That's why I didn't let you break off the tangent.
You know Usman, right? The welterweight. He's a really, really like built beast. He's a wrestler. Amari Usman. Everybody avoids him. Anyways, Jesus Christ. He's a top 10 welterweight.
I got nothing. Sorry.
He was supposed to fight Ponzinibbio in Chile.
What?
Yeah, another.
Ponzinibbio?
Dude, you gotta get into the game, bro.
That's what I have you for. You're supposed to tell me.
The division has a lot of young, up-and-coming killers.
Well, they sound ridiculous.
Yeah, but they're fucking killers.
Okay.
Just like who else? Who's fighting Wonder Boy? Darren Till. All these young guys are killers.
Well, he doesn't sound ridiculous at all.
I'm fucking biased of an Englishman saying another Englishman's name isn't ridiculous.
Well, I'm just saying. The name Darren Till versus the name Ponzinibbio doesn't sound ridiculous to you?
Ponzinibbio sounds fucking badass, dude.
No, it doesn't.
I would say that to a girl at the bar, like, hey, Ponzinibbio. And they're going to think, oh my God, you're so sexy. Can I have your number?
Guarantee that'll never happen.
It'll happen once out of every 1,000 times you try it.
Nope.
Not bad odds.
I don't believe that for a second.
Anyways, Ponzinibbio got injured.
Okay.
And Damian Maia accepted the fight on a 1 month notice, 5-round main event.
Oh, shit. Against Usman.
Yes, who is like stylistically one of the worst matchups for Damian Maia. Because Usman's wrestling's amazing. And his striking's good. So if Damian Maia can't get him down...
Which he might not be able to because he has good wrestling.
Right. It's going to be a striking contest and Usman knocks motherfuckers out.
So we're just going to watch Damian Maia lose again?
I don't know.
I'm tired of this shit.
I don't know. It depends what kind of Usman we get. If Usman feels confident and cocky that he's going to show how superior his ground game is, and he tries to take Maia down, he can get caught. Maia can submit him.
I mean, I guess anything can happen.
That, and everybody underestimates Damian Maia too. Just because he's old, he doesn't look physically imposing.
And he has been losing.
He only lost 2.
Yeah.
He lost to Tyron, and then he lost to...
I feel like that's a big deal, especially when you were...
Fuck, what's his name? The douchebag.
The douchebag?
The Make the UFC Great Again guy, the guy that's trying to be Chael Sonnen, but he's horrible at... Kobe Covington, that's his name. He lost to him too, but it wasn't even that bad of a loss. Like, it was a striking contest, and Damian Maia was piecing up. Fuck, I forgot his name again.
What is wrong with you and names?
What is it?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Literally, I just said his name.
Oh, you did?
That scumbag of the UFC.
Kobe Covington. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he lost to Kobe, but it wasn't like a dominating fight. So he's not like that far off. Before that, he was on a tear.
I know.
Everybody.
I remember. I was so excited. I was happy for him. I wanted him to get a championship.
But I just hope it's not a bad night for him, because I'm going to feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the UFC took advantage of him for the longest time. He was on, 7-8 fight win streak before he finally got a fucking title shot.
And then
because he's not marketable. Look at Darren Till. He beats Cowboy, and now he's fighting the number one contender.
yeah.
What the fuck is that? It's all marketing, which you got to respect, but you got to have some of the old school still in UFC. That's what brought the UFC up, was skill and actually making the better fights, not the most popular fights.
This ain't your dad's UFC.
I hate the fucking money UFC, dude. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Bellator
Conor.
more?
No, because the talent in UFC is better, obviously. And I know them a lot more, so I'm more personal with it.
Yeah, more attached.
Mm-hmm. But I do miss the old days where they had the number one contender fight the champion instead of
playing all
who
these
can talk
games.
shit the most.
Yeah.
Who's the most popular.
Well, business is business.
But yeah, they fucking screwed Damian Maia over. They didn't give him a title shot for the longest time. And then when they finally did, it was a short notice fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe a short notice fight again against Kobe, or he was a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
And now this is a last minute replacement. So but he's accepting the fights. I mean, if you're accepting them, you gotta own up to it.
Maybe he's given up on trying to get a title and just
Cashing out.
taking fights.
But why would you take their worst matchup?
I don't know. He's challenged himself.
I guess. I think he still thinks that he can do it, and I'm rooting for him for sure.
Absolutely. Hope.
Chad Mendes is coming back.
I heard. Who's he gonna fight?
I don't know. He wants to fight in June.
I feel like I haven't seen him in a long time.
Well, he was suspended for 2 years.
No, 2 years. Okay, that sounds about right.
You know why, right?
Was it weed?
No.
No.
He has psoriasis, and he bought a face cream or some kind of cream that you put on your skin that had a peptide in it.
Peptide?
Yeah. It's like a steroid thing. I don't know. Don't fucking ask me that shit. All I know is it had a peptide
Well, don't
in
say
it. And it's on USADA's banned list of substances. So he fucked up.
I guess so. Gotta pay attention.
Obviously, he wasn't doing it to cheat, but he wasn't doing his due diligence to make sure that shit that he was taking wasn't on USADA's ban list.
Right.
And he got caught, and he realized, he goes, yeah, I bought it. I just wasn't paying attention. I fucked up. And that was just after his loss to Conor, and then that quick turnaround against Frankie where he got knocked out. And before that, he was fighting a lot. Before that, he just had that war with, I don't know if that was directly after, but he had a war with Aldo in Brazil. Aldo Mendes 2 was a phenomenal fight. And then I think he fought Ricardo after that and knocked Ricardo out. But the point is, he was busy as fuck, and he had a lot of wars. And that's grueling, man. And after 2 knockouts like that, I could see how you're just yeah, I fucked up. This is a 2-year suspension, and I'm just gonna own up to it and use it as a break. And that's what he did. He wasn't worried about fighting it because he didn't want to break anyway.
Oh, yeah. I did hear about that.
Yeah. So he's coming back now, and it's pretty exciting because Chad Mendes is a fucking animal. The only people he's lost to is Otto, Conor, and Frankie. He's cream of the crop. If he comes back and he fights Cub, I feel bad for Cub.
You don't think he can handle it?
It depends what Chad that we get. If we get a Chad that looks like he hasn't fought in 2 years, then Cub could probably handle it or make a contending fight. If he comes back and he looks like, I don't know, like Dominic Cruz when he came back, he didn't miss a beat, it's going to be a rough night for Cub.
Well, yeah, if he looks like Dominic Cruz, he'll probably beat Cub Swanson, but
if he comes back just as fresh as what he used to be, then he'll probably beat Cub.
Oh, Cub looked pretty good.
Chad Mendes' wrestling is unreal.
True.
He has amazing striking. His knockout power is ridiculous.
Can be kind of.
He had a stand-up fight with Aldo for 5 rounds, and they were both tagging each other. Do you not remember that fight? It's one of the best fights of all time.
For some reason, remember that fight.
Easy top 10 of all time.
Did I lose a bet or something
Easily.
and have to get drunk?
Huh?
Did I lose a bet or something and have to do shots or something?
Maybe. I don't know. It was a few years ago, so who knows? Maybe we weren't even watching it together at the time.
Maybe.
But it was an unreal fight. Conor was there watching it. He thought Chad won the fight. Because you know how they have those UFC little videos of a fight going on, and then they have somebody watching the fight that's in the same weight class that they're fighting next, a champion, and they're commentating on the fight. They knew Conor was going to fight one of them soon, so they brought him there, and he was commentating on it. And I think he gave the first round to Otto, then the second round, Otto had 2 late punches after the bell, which dropped Chad. Like a 1-2. And that Conor started like, that's fucking bullshit. No, and then
once again, worst Irish accent in the fucking world.
Chad came back, bounced back, and they fought to the 5 rounds, and it was in Brazil. So you're gonna give that to Otto if it's close. If it's close, 9 times out of 10, the decision goes towards the Brazilian.
Is that bullshit, or do you think it's the right thing to do?
I don't think it's the right thing to do, but I understand it. I mean, I'm sure it happens in America too, or anywhere you go.
Probably biases.
But that's all I got for MMA talk so far.
Well then, can we talk about basketball? Because I feel like we haven't. I feel like we haven't talked about it though.
No. And if I'm being honest, I haven't watched a lot of games.
Well, let me fucking tell ya. Okay. Holy shit. Some shit's going off, and I think most people just don't really know how to explain it. None of this shit was supposed to happen. Toronto was supposed to be sweeping people. Boston's supposed to be nothing without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward.
I've seen the highlights, but I haven't watched the games as to why they're playing so well and why Toronto's playing so bad.
Well, Toronto's just screwing the pooch like they seem to always do.
Is it because of LeBron?
It's because of LeBron,
Is it a mental barrier that they got to break?
I don't know if it's Toronto or if it's just LeBron. It's one of the two, but LeBron went absolutely fucking insane. He had 43 points in Game 2 on 19 for 29 shooting, 14 assists, 8 rebounds.
Jesus Christ.
He was literally just making every single shot he fucking took.
I heard he made 8 fadeaways that game.
It was stupid. You're not supposed to be able to do that. It's cheating.
So 43 points and he assisted for 13. So that's like 14. What, 26 or 14, so 28?
It's ridiculous.
So he's like responsible for what? 70-something points? 71 points?
Mm-hmm. This is Daddy LeBron James. And it's not just him. The Cavs only had like 3 turnovers the entire game.
So they're playing well.
They're playing well. Kevin Love has woken up from his fucking coma. He got 31 points in that game.
Good shit.
Cavs with a good Kevin Love is fucking terrifying.
Well,
so this is
74 points between 2 people, dude.
Yeah, that's true. I'm starting to... I don't know how I feel about it, that LeBron's actually going to do it fucking again. He's going to the finals again. Because Boston is playing well.
You don't think Boston can
I don't think they can beat LeBron. They have no one who can match up with him.
I don't think anybody on Philly can match up with LeBron.
Yeah, it's true.
Because Ben Simmons is choking under the pressure of the playoffs.
He did not do well. He was...
Donovan Mitchell, or is it Donovan Mitchell?
Donovan, yeah.
He is proven his case as to why he's Rookie of the Year. Because he... Does the awards, do they count playoff performances as well, or is it just the regular season?
I'm pretty sure it's just regular season.
That's kind of... Everyone's going to bitch then because Ben Simmons is going to win it, and they're going to say Mitchell's better because of his performance.
If you were a GM, who would you pick? The answer is Ben Simmons. That's why he's Rookie of the Year. The only reason why I
would say that is because of what you have told me. How you keep saying that he's supposed to be this next LeBron and everyone's comparing him to the greatest players of all time. But I haven't personally seen him. Like, I always see crazy highlights of Mitchell every fucking game.
True.
And he's putting up numbers every fucking game.
If you did watch Ben Simmons games and you did know what I know, then you would say Ben Simmons.
Okay. But it's not like Mitchell's a horrible...
Absolutely not. Mitchell is
pick,
absolutely fantastic.
It's like 1A, 1B.
He's doing way better than Gordon Hayward did when he was in Utah. Because he was with the Jazz for a while.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He only played like 2 fucking playoff games. What if he was still there
with Mitchell?
That'd be fucking nuts. But then
were they in the same position or not?
They wouldn't have had the draft pick.
Right.
And Mitchell's a shooting guard. Hayward's a small forward. But Philadelphia, in the last game that they played, they were minus 23 with Simmons on the court.
Jeez.
That's awful. They were plus 18 without him.
Who is he? Like, is there somebody shutting him down?
Yeah, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They're 2 rookies.
And they're playing pretty well.
They're playing outstanding.
Like 19 points a game or some shit?
Yeah, they just Jason Tatum just had 20, and Terry Rozier, who's been absolutely destroying for them. It's just ridiculous. I think it's mostly the coaching. Brad Stevens, their head coach,
I see a lot of people saying their coaching is amazing.
He's got this weird way of getting through the young guys and pulling everything out of them just like that.
Trying to get like their true potential out of each player.
Absolutely. Like I said, they weren't supposed to be performing this well without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. But now they have a case where they're going to have 2 players who maybe want max contracts on top of the ones they already fucking have.
Right, that could be an issue.
Absolutely.
But the rookies don't get re-signed that quick, do they? They have like
No.
a couple years,
Yeah,
right?
they're gonna have a couple years, but Terry Rozier, he is due to expire next year, I think. So they have to decide if they want to trade him while he's hot now or ride him and use him as a good backup for
Or
Kyrie.
take them as a risk.
Yeah,
Well, this is their time now. Before the rookies get contracts, they should win at least one,
I think so.
especially with Golden State. Do you think they're gonna blow up next year?
Golden State?
Yeah, like
I
are
think
they
so.
losing a lot of people, or do you think KD, Steph, and Green are still gonna be there?
I think they'll be left over with just Steph and Green, and then they'll have to find some other pieces. I think they'll lose Clay.
Do you think they're gonna lose KD too?
I think something's going to happen with KD because he's already talked about how he's not taking a pay cut.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or not a big pay cut anyway. So I can definitely see some dramas forming from that. And him just leaving.
Come on to the Pistons.
Why? No, man. No one's coming to the fucking Pistons. Maybe Clay. I feel like if Clay wins the Pistons with the fucking front court that they have with Blake and Drummond,
Clay be putting up numbers every night.
he would break records for threes.
Yeah.
The amount of kick out potential there is ridiculous.
Especially Reggie Jackson, because he's a fucking good passer, man.
That's true.
He's pretty slick. He looks like an elite player.
Mm-hmm. Just hasn't quite gotten there yet.
Right. And maybe he doesn't have the right complement because he has big boys on his team that he can pass to. So now he has Clay. Obviously, I don't know what the odds are of this, but we're just
Very, 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 very low.
We're praying and doing witch rituals and shit. We stole some of Clay's hair, got it on the voodoo doll.
Absolutely not. I fucking hate Klay Thompson. I don't even want him on our team.
know. I forgot.
I despise Klay Thompson.
You would love him if he got signed to the Pistons.
No, I would not.
Yes,
He would keep doing all the same shit and then be in a Pistons jersey and he would soil it. Soil it! Fucking
You're telling me
serious.
Clay and Drummond wouldn't be a great combination?
I just said they'd be a great combination, obviously. But that doesn't mean I have to be happy about it.
I'll be happy for the both of us. So where do you think KD is gonna go?
That your guitar, bro?
Mm-hmm.
KD, I couldn't even fucking speculate. Maybe
Toronto? They don't have a small forward. Is him and Drake cool?
I think so, actually.
Did you see Drake's face after the game?
Yeah, pretty rough, man.
I seen it on Facebook. They Drake's on God's plan. They put LeBron's plan.
LeBron's plan.
Yeah, and it shows Drake's face just looking so depressed.
It's fucking perfect. Poor Drake.
I cannot believe
Poor Toronto.
They can get swept because next two games are in Cleveland. I don't think they're going to, but
they have little to no chance. They're down 0-2 and they're going to Cleveland with
they
Daddy
have
LeBron
to win
waiting for
both
them.
games.
It's not possible, man. You know what? It doesn't even matter because whoever wins in the East is just going to lose to Golden State.
You think so?
I think so. There's no chance.
You think Golden State's going to get past Houston?
I think so. Houston worries me sometimes. They just sometimes don't have it together. Chris Paul making random ass fucking dribbling mistakes that he should not be making.
Well, what if they just played up to their potential and they just catch fire, bro?
That's a lot of what ifs. Golden State don't need what ifs. They have fucking 60% shooters.
It's cheat codes.
Absolutely.
It's like an all-star team. That team could probably contend with any all-star team.
Yeah, I bet they would.
So
I bet they would beat this year's All-Star team.
it's fucking ridiculous. Speaking of something I wanted to talk about,
Wait, what?
nice segue, right?
Okay.
I was listening to the fight companion that they just had, Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, and them. It was up for the Bellator fight.
I think I watched that too, actually.
Did you?
Funny that you say that. Go on.
Eddie Bravo got fucking dogged.
Did he?
Yeah, because of his conspiracy theories. Like, Jamie got pissed off at him because I guess he used to be a physicist. Is that what it's called? Because he went to college for that. He went to Ohio State for that.
I guess it depends on what you're talking about, but sure, let's go with physicist.
Well, Eddie Bravo was talking about a documentary or some shit that he saw that suggests that nuclear bombs don't exist and that it's a conspiracy.
Okay.
And the thought of a nuclear bomb is good enough to scare people. So that's why they created nuclear bombs.
Dude, that sounds like some Kanye shit.
He believes a lot of Kanye shit, dude. Like the flat earth, he doesn't believe dinosaurs existed.
Don't put Kanye into that.
But
not that crazy
I love
yet.
Eddie Bravo. there's some things I agree with him on, but I think he digs a little too deep sometimes.
Oh, well.
Sometimes I think you go searching for shit, and then if you search, you're gonna find your truth in quotations.
It's called confirmation bias.
Sure.
You find what you're looking for, whether it's there or not.
But anyways, back to my story. One thing that Joe Rogan talked about that really I felt like he was talking to me was how he was saying that there's some people that have their own goals that they want to work on, and despite whatever, no, they have like their own goals that they want to work on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of focusing on their shit, they'll focus on other people's shit.
Mm.
And it's almost like a fear in the back of their head. Like they don't want to focus on their shit because they know that it's hard and they're going to go through a lot of mental barriers, and
it's easier to not commit.
Right. You have to really
divert yourself and help someone else.
And I feel like I do that a lot.
I don't think it's for that reason.
I don't know. Like there's times where I see myself and I know I have to do things like regarding exercise or podcast or editing or whatever I'm doing, right?
Right.
And then somebody has an issue that I know they could probably use help with. Like maybe they could they do it on their own, but I could help out. There's times where I catch myself like jumping into their problem, helping them, and then almost like getting anxiety.
Purposely distracting yourself.
Right. And then I'll get anxiety because it's like I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing.
Away, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that feeling sometimes. Although we also start our day planning to do some podcast shit and then drop it all to go try play Halo online.
We did that one time.
I'm just saying, putting that out there that we're not exactly the most disciplined when it comes to to-do lists.
We're like disciplined for a few days and then we take a day off. A few days and take a day off, which I think is good because it doesn't drain us.
Right.
Because the last thing you want to do is for something like this is get drained out and quit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of people do that. They'll put so much into it and then it won't go exactly how they planned. They weren't quite as successful as they see all these other podcasts. And
right.
So they just stop.
So happened to me with the blog. It's exactly what happened to me.
You completely burn yourself out?
Yeah, like I knew it was going to be a long process. Like it was going to take over a year for shit to grow, but shit just wasn't growing.
Mm-hmm.
I saw no like positive trend of analytics at all. So it was very hard to motivate myself to make better content. Obviously, the content was shit. Like, it wasn't worth a lot of views, but it was worth some views and some input as far as, like, people asking me questions or just conflicting with me, just some kind of feedback, you know?
Right.
So I knew that what I was doing was worth it. And when you're not getting any type of results, it can really demotivate you. And it made me feel like it wasn't fun anymore and it was a job. And that's exactly what I don't want to do.
Right. You want to do it. You want to do what you love.
Right. And I almost like it turned into 10% of me doing things that I like and 90% of me doing things that I don't like, but I have to do it for the blog to work.
And then you force yourself to do it and your content is worse.
And then I just stopped.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad that I had the experience. I'm glad that I did it for a year because I told myself I was going to do it for a year no matter what. Like, even if it was horrible, I wanted to at least give it a chance.
Right. Just to say.
Right. And it was a lot of good experience that I got. Like, I learned a lot.
Right.
For myself, I learned a lot in regards to websites and
that's what I think
writing and shit like that. So I'm not mad that I had the experience. I'm glad I had it.
Right.
And it led to this. So
I actually read something on Reddit that's something similar to that. It mentions that some people view trying something new as being a lost cause. Like, say a guy with no experience talking to girls tries hitting one up at a bar. His chances are probably not that good because he's never done it before. So they try skill for the first time, and they find out they're unskilled at it, which should be obvious. But instead of viewing it as, I need more practice to get good at this, they think about all the times they've seen other dudes succeed at hitting on girls, and they get discouraged because they see the results without the work it took to achieve. That leads to the notion that it might just be easier for others and not for me.
Right. We have like a negative mindset going into it, and then you start doing it and you hate it.
It's not
because
what you wanted.
Of the negative mindset.
Yeah, you're not getting what you think you wanted.
You hate getting rejected, and the more you have that disdain for it, the worse you're gonna get. You're not gonna have fun with it.
And then you just quit and you ruin it for yourself.
And that's how I was for a long fucking time. Because I used to have horrible social anxiety when I was bigger. I used to have to go to... I forced myself to go to Maia every day and talk to at least one person. And it didn't matter if it was a girl, a cute girl, a guy, an old fuck, like a little kid. Make sure the parents didn't think I was creeping on them. But I forced myself to talk to one person because that's how bad my social anxiety was.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time, I'll never forget this. Oh, not Maia, Kroger, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
A little classier.
yeah, at Kroger, I was getting some groceries for my dad, and I had him in the shopping cart, and the aisle was super small, so I couldn't go around, like my fat ass couldn't go around the cart to get the shit from the back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a 2-liter back there, and I couldn't reach it. And I'm over here like in a situation because there's people behind me, so I can't back up to grab the pop.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't go around because I'm too big. And the cashier is a fucking cunt. Like, she's always snotty. She looks like she's had a horrible life. Like, shit just didn't go her way.
So she's just sick with it and she's gonna let it out on everybody?
You ever see that movie with Cameron Diaz where she's the teacher, like bad teacher or some shit?
I hate Cameron Diaz.
Well, did you see that movie?
No, because I hate Cameron Diaz. Not personally, nothing against
long
him,
story short, she is a teacher, but she's married to this rich guy. And they're about to get married, so she's like, fuck you, school, I don't have to work no more,
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he divorces her because he breaks up with her because he realizes that all she wants it for is money. So she's like miserable. That's what this bitch looks like. She's a cashier with like all kinds of makeup on, trying to look pretty in there, old, and just cunty.
Gotcha.
Cunty.
And you,
Like a hard C.
your fat little marshmallow self.
Yeah, shy, shit, my face is all red. I'm starting to sweat because I can't grab this fucking pop bottle. And she's watching the whole thing, like front row seats. She was just watching. She didn't offer to help. She didn't say a word. She's just staring, and that got me way more uncomfortable. And then finally, that cashier next to us turned around and see what was happening, and then she said, "Do you need help?" I'm like, "Yes, please."
Were you making like a ruckus or something? What was happening?
I tried to like lift the cart up and make the pop fall this way, and then I couldn't grab it.
Oh no!
Because my arms weren't long enough. It was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
What a disaster!
Yeah, but the point is, like, it was just a funny thing that happened to me when I was trying to force myself to talk to people.
Gotcha.
And there was growing pains, just like anything that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like growing pains for the podcast, growing pains for anything. Like, how many times do you fucking fall before you learn how to walk? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then eventually you have that one moment where the interaction doesn't go that bad, and you start to gain confidence from that, and you start to laugh at your mistakes and start to look at it not as, oh my god, I just got rejected, this is the worst thing ever, and it's like, oh no, I got rejected, but that's fine because obviously we weren't meant to be, or our relation, or our like how we are just doesn't match.
Right.
So
like, oh well, guess
that's fine. And then if you get rejected in a funny way, you can laugh at it with your friends.
Yeah.
You can like just laugh it off. And that's what I started to do. I used to tell my like the rejection stories to everybody. Everybody would laugh, and I would laugh at it, keep going, and eventually you get decent at it.
Right. It's the only way to improve. Something I need to work on, definitely. That's why I brought it up.
You'll get there, I think. I think once you start to have fun with it more.
Yeah.
You'll do it more often.
Instead of just making it something that I guess I should probably fucking do that.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like with like working out too. Like a lot of people feel like they have to work out just because of the stigma behind not working out. So that makes it so like dreadful.
Yeah.
And then people make it not fun either because they think working out you have to be in the gym, and even if you hate lifting weights, like that's something you have to do. Or cardio you have to do. Like you can go do a jiu-jitsu class, you can go play a sport, you can do yoga,
spin class,
you can do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
And make exercise fun. It's just how you approach things.
Yeah. Life lessons from P&A.
There you go, man. If you guys use that advice, you gotta like give us some kind of shout out.
Absolutely. This is patented advice. You need to credit us.
Or tell us your best rejection story ever. Because I got a bunch of those.
We'd like to write a book one day. But anyway, guys, this has been Passive and Aggressive.
Make sure you rate, subscribe, share the shit on any social media platform. Even if they don't exist, just fucking get that shit out here.
Absolutely. It's probably already on Facebook. Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg and your fucking spy robots. It's bullshit.
I think he's gonna win that shit, dude.
Probably. Wouldn't doubt it.
I think our government's just too retarded to even...
Capitalist America, man.
Typical. America.
Well, I'm Dalton Johnston.
I'm Nick Marchwinski.
See you guys later.